Yes, we are live. Edu, put that glass down. Put the glass down and let's get some business done. I've got a big show for you this afternoon. All will be revealed after this very quick intro.
We are Arsenal.
Wembley Bound.
We love Arsenal.
Oh yes,
We are Arsenal.
no mercy.
We're Arsenal. Forever. We are Arsenal.
Road to Wembley.
We love Arsenal.
Oh yes,
We are Arsenal.
can't stop us.
We're Arsenal. Forever. Zoe Adams. Ray Parlour.
We had to start on some good times. Good times they were. Speaking of good times, I am absolutely excited. It's an absolute pleasure to introduce the gent to my left or right. I don't know how I'm looking at it. For mostly Arsenal. Absolute pleasure to have you on. Finally, your debut on the Army TV. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Thank you very, very much for the invite, mate. It's very much appreciated. Been a bit of a big fan of you boys for quite a while. So,
Absolute
yeah,
pleasure.
jealous screaming is lovely. So, cheers for the invite, mate.
No. Thank you. Apologies if there's a little delay on my side. My connection seems to be as slow as Arsenal's movements in terms of incomings in this transfer window. Down the bottom, it's been a bit of a double act as of late, haven't we, Aussie Gooner? How are you, sir?
Oh, no, I'm not answer that. No, that's fucking you're poking at me. I'm be honest, disgusted. Not with us, but with our fucking club that we're actually going to sit here and discuss the shambles of our transfer window so far.
Yeah, so let's just get to it, shall we? Let's start off by what has been the theme window so far is the outgoings. Aubameyang looks like he's landed at Barcelona for a loan move. How do we feel about that right now, knowing that we've not really had a strong enough link with a striker at this moment in time? I'm going to start with the debutant in Keith.
I'm normally quite loyal to our players within reason, but to be honest, he's been off the boil for at least 18 months, and there's loads of people crying for him to come back into the team. But the thing is, before his last indiscretion, shall we say, when he got dropped and had the captaincy took off him, he was literally missing open goals for fun. So I don't see he was going to get back in the side anyway. Obviously, don't know entirely what's happened behind the scenes, but it didn't look like he was going to get his way back in like Xhaka has so many times. The thing that strikes me is what the deal is. Is there an obligation? Is there an option? Or is it just that he's going out on loan for 6 months and then he's going to come back and we'll try to sell him in the summer? Don't know. But
I believe that
it's
it's just a straight loan from what I can see at the moment. I've got Sky News on at the same time. So.
Yeah. No, I'm not bothered about him going, mate, to be honest, because he's been bang average at best for at least 18 months. So, yeah, don't care on that one, really. It's just another player that's leaving, isn't it? There's been a few.
Yeah, we're having a bit of a clear out. I don't know if you've seen the meme that's been doing the rounds, but it's like everything must go around the Emirates Stadium. Aussie Gooner, I'm sure you've got plenty to say.
Oh, mate, look, I honestly thought it was an option to buy, or an obligation to buy. Now I'm hearing it's just a loan deal. What's the point? I'm an Arsenal fan. I didn't care about money. I had enough of being an Arsenal fan that has to be an Arsenal fan to worry about players and how much they cost. I want to be an Arsenal fan like I used to be back here, where I worried about players and didn't give a shit how much they cost. So the way I see it is this is balancing the books. Wouldn't you guys agree? We're balancing the books, probably. I didn't care about the books. I didn't care about the books. I didn't care about Kroenke's pocket. I didn't care about no one's pocket. So the way I see it is if we don't have anyone coming in, as much as he's been rubbish, and I've been calling for his head, I have been. As much as he's been rubbish, we're already what, bare bones, right? We've got nothing coming in. So what we do is, even though he's rubbish, right, and he's not great, I'd still take him over Nketiah. Okay, and I know it says a lot. I'd still take him over Nketiah, right? So we decide to let him out on loan just so someone can pay his wages. What kind of scum have we become? Seriously. Well, we can't afford his wages. Let's let him flip him off. Like, seriously, aren't we supposed to be a big boy club? Didn't we come to the Emirates to play big boy football? Why the fuck are we fucking acting like Burnley? Huh? If we're going to play this kind of football, why are we in the Premier League? If we're going to do this, why are we in the Premier League? Seriously, why are we fighting for top 4? If it's about balancing the budgets, I'm getting the shits. If it's not with an obligation to buy, it's stupid. Because not long ago, we couldn't field the squad to play the North London derby because of injuries and shit. Yet now what we do is we strip our squad even further. So what, we become more susceptible? What kind of mismanagement is this? Or is it on purpose? Just explain this to me, guys. Can anyone explain to me that we had injuries, we had all these problems, we had to go and postpone the North London derby because of injuries, and now we're letting Aubameyang go off on a loan we couldn't pay his wages. Fuck, mate. It's fucking pathetic from the club. Look at the names behind me. These are the guys I watched. These guys right now are looking at us thinking, this ain't fucking Arsenal. Fuck, we're making Tottenham look good. Seriously, we are. They're doing business and we're fucking doing a Black Friday sale. Oh, get them out quick, get them out quick. The fuck, mate. I'm pretty sure most people, if they're watching this, they'd have to agree with me. It's a fucking shambles.
Yeah. I mean, look, I can understand your frustration. I mean, maybe we were just funding the LA Rams' way to the Super Bowl, as they made it through last night, didn't they? So
they're probably
I'm
a new
hoping that's actually giving them an extra bit of cash for them to spend on the Arsenal players. But nothing seems to be coming through today. I've just seen that Aaron Ramsey's been told that he can leave for the UK. Does that mean we might end up getting Aaron Ramsey back? You never know. This could be a very Arsenal move if it did happen.
God.
Yes, I know. I've seen your face there. Jack Wilshere's obviously got a shirt number in training now. He could be coming back. So are they our big moves? I don't know. I really don't know.
Keefe, I'm going to ask you a question, Keefe. How fit are you right now? Can you do 40 to 50 minutes? Can you do 40, 50 minutes on the pitch right now? Because I reckon me and you would be a better option than Jack Wilshere and Aaron fucking Ramsey, because at least we'll fucking play some football. What do you reckon, mate? We'll do it for nothing, mate.
I had my kids scraping the studs off on my boots this morning, just in case, because I'm quite confident I'll get
Me and you, mate. Me and you, mate. We'll boss the midfield, mate. We show them what it's about. You get through us, you're going down. We'll make sure you feel us, mate. Fuck it.
This is probably why Gums is not available this afternoon.
He knew I was got the shits.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles was another one for me. When he went at the start, I thought they must have a plan.
That was the weirdest one for me.
They must have a plan. And again, that's another one. There's no option, no obligation. It's just, all right, mate, go and have 6 months playing for Mourinho out in Italy. So I know he's not the best central midfielder in the world. He's a decent right back, and we could have done with him the last couple of weeks. But the last time he played, albeit against Watford, he had a decent game. And then he never got another look in. So
Man of the match? Man of the match.
Yeah. But there must have been a plan, surely. But maybe the plan is at 10 to 11 tonight, we're going to unveil Aaron Ramsey and Jack Wilshere. I don't know. I can't fathom any of it out. Like said, it's an absolute farce what's gone on this January. I muted so many words on my Twitter the other day because I was getting so fed up with it. And I put it back on again yesterday.
I did see that.
I'm getting teased with stuff like Neves and DCL. Obviously, neither of those are going to happen. And probably the only thing that might happen potentially could be Isak, but that's probably only because Eddie's proven that he can't negotiate. And hopefully the Rams being in the Super Bowl might make Kroenke be a little bit more cheerful and say, all right, mate, you have 90 million euros for a geezer that scored 4 goals this season.
Yeah. That's who we're chasing. Can you believe it? That's who we're frigging linked with. A guy who's got the capability of Lacazette.
This is the thing that gets me. We've gone from 50 million for Vlahovic, which was never going to come, for 50 million.
And never enough money for him. Because
releasing a 75 million for, like you just said there, a player that scored 4 goals this season.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I don't know. I can't wait for this documentary, by the way, because we should be able to. It should hopefully it'll open our eyes and see what actually goes on. Because we all live in a FIFA career mode and football manager manager world, and we all think we know what's actually happening. But surely it's easy as that, though, right? No, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
Quickly,
this is looking
some of
like a
the comments
Zaha
just
Pepe
quickly.
thing again.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's the Arsenal way, clearly. Hello, James. How you doing, sir? Obviously tuned in whilst he's having his lunch.
Yeah,
It's meant
good stuff.
something here about whose move here? West Ham. West Ham have made a move. My screen is really slow. I do apologise. All I'm saying is West Ham have bid 50 million for Darwin Núñez. Isaac might not be a bad shout if they are spending that much. And see, listen, I think we've kind of established here that none of us are really too big on Isaac, but who knows? This could be it could be a league for him. He might hit the ground running. You never know. I don't think he'll fit, but as an Arsenal fan, and if he can, please prove. I'm sure you guys share the same sentiment.
Mate,
Anyone
to be honest, I
take
feel
it?
it looks like the same shit that happened with Pepe, and should have got Zaha, and we got Pepe. Now we should have got Vlahovic, and we're going to get Isak. That's what it feels like to me, but who knows?
I mean, trying to look at it from a positive point of view briefly, the only thing I can think is he's got history and he's got a working relationship with Odegaard, and by all accounts, he played quite well alongside him. There could be that, and if he bangs in 10 goals that gets us back into Europe, then all well and good. But
Happy.
75 million for it just screams
Well, unproven.
panic. Yeah, and it just screams that we've got someone in Edu who literally can't negotiate. Is the way I'm looking at it at the moment.
Showing his flaws, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's got a nice wine collection.
Sticks to being a wine connoisseur. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Since he's such a good wine
Exactly.
connoisseur, why didn't he just take some of those bottles over when he's doing negotiation, get everyone fucking piss drunk and sign them up? Mate, I don't have to teach you this shit. I'm in Australia. Get people drunk, they'll do anything. Even sign for Arsenal.
I would agree with James' in his comment as well. The way I see it is we have to now get another striker in. We are far too short up top. And with Aubameyang going, I absolutely agree. For me, and I've said this throughout the window, the main objective was a central midfielder and a centre forward.
Yep.
And then you get the same again in the summer, and then you cover it right back. Maybe you cover in centre back because you don't know what's happening with Saliba. Apparently, Real Madrid are sniffing around him now, and then maybe have a winger somewhere. But if we don't get those two done, we're going to leave ourselves short in the summer. It's going to be hard. And if we do qualify for Europe, we're going to need the depth. I know we'll have players playing, but these players unknown, are they really going to be playing for Arsenal?
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, that's my fault. High Tech Jay, how you doing? We're not getting anyone, and do you know what? I put a little poll up on Twitter this morning, and it's very damning. Where is it? Here it is.
Give us the numbers. Here we
There
go.
is absolutely no confidence that we will sign anyone.
Yeah,
60%.
Yep.
21% hopeful. That is still low. Still low. I mean, I think we all feel the same, right? Keith?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the numbers just speak volumes there. That's literally how everyone's feeling, and this is literally the worst transfer deadline day I've got into. I know we got a bit spoiled in the summer, and we're used to not getting many players in, but you're normally told early on, there's no plans to bring anyone in. But we've all been hanging off Twitter and everything else to see what's actually going to happen. Summer was all right. We've got 6 players in, a lot of money spent, but on the whole, those signings have done pretty well. I think I was hoping for the same again. Not another 6 players. I'm not an idiot. I know January transfer windows dog shit at best, and you're not going to get the peak players because their clubs aren't going to let them go. I was talking about DCL. So who in their right mind thinks we're going to get that bloke on the last day with Everton with a new manager? They've got money to burn anyway. They're not going to let their best striker go without having time to negotiate, get someone else in. I've just gone off on a weird tangent.
Van der Beek's having his medical there today as well. So why would DCL want to leave now? He's got a quality player behind him now. Because they were missing that player.
They were.
I dare say his name, the Icelandic bloke. They missed him, and Van der Beek could actually fill that void now, and he could probably start banging again. Especially when he comes back. I don't know if he's still injured or not. Aussie
No, I
Guna,
think-
anything you want to say on that?
Oh, mate, not really, eh? Seriously, I am speechless on this. Honestly, it just feels as if we're how we're talking about trying to qualify for Champions League? We're not trying to qualify for Champions League, guys. We're not. Like, think of it this way, right? We all knew we're not going to get two players. We're only going to get one. Anyone who thought we're going to get two is dreaming. We all knew at best we're going to get one. Now we're flicking guys off on loan here and there with the squad that we've got, right? Do you actually think that they're going to go and spend another 200, 250 mil if we make Champions League? Bollocks, no fucking way. They're leaving us bare bones for a reason. They get in the Champions League, guys. That means you have to invest every bloody year, and you're going to have to invest same sort of money, 200 mil every year. You think Kroenke wants to do that? He's a businessman. He can sit there and not spend nothing and still see growth from the club. So when he goes and sells it, he still make more money. Don't put nothing in, make maximum coming out. I know it's dreary. I know it's fucking ugly. But that's the kind of shit they're doing because they should have had Vlahovic by now. They should have had someone better than the Shamaks that we're going to be linked with now. Seriously, guys. I'm not happy. Honestly, I would have been happy if we had just signed someone decent. At least be linked to Tielemans and make a serious bid for Tielemans and get a decent centre midfielder. Do something. But we haven't been strong in this transfer. We were talking to Vlahovic for 20
Tielemans would have been
days.
quite out of all the players. Tielemans would have been easier to get hold of in January.
He would have been great in our midfield. He would be a box ticked. He sits into the starting line. He solidifies the midfield. Okay, I know we're running a false nine with Lacazette. We deal with it. We'll talk about it next transfer window. We didn't even do that. And I don't think there's enough time to even sort that out now. Leicester City haven't got enough time to replace him, so they're not going to want to sell him. It's a plan. It's a perfect plan, guys. It's so strategic. It's perfect to leave us bare as bones.
It's like you said earlier, like with the business model, it's almost an efficiency measure where companies in manufacturing will try to keep their inventory as low as possible because that's dead money. You keep yourself down to the bare bones, especially with staff when you go in a shop. They want their staffing levels at the bare minimum, so they are keeping as efficient as they possibly can do. Personally, I don't want us to get top four because, as Aussie Goon said, they're probably not going to invest heavily in the summer. So what's going to happen to us again? We're just going to get battered 6-2 again by the likes of, Bayern Munich.
Can't do it.
No, it's just
Yeah.
we're not ready, and especially with the squad that we've got, it's not obviously not big enough now. Of the players out on loan, probably Saliba's the only one who could possibly be anywhere near the first team.
Maybe Guendouzi.
Real Madrid sniffing around there. Which way is that going to go? If he's offered to come back to us, we'll go Real Madrid. I don't see him coming back to us.
Or would he?
No.
And do you know what? The Spanish league would probably suit him anyway as well. So
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
that's the thing. We have not been clever at all this whole window. We're like Burnley are showing us how it's done today, and I'll tell you how. They've obviously sold Chris Wood to Newcastle, so Newcastle have gone here. We took their best striker away. Burnley have now waited till the last day of the window, and they've just signed themselves a better striker in Weghorst. Who's laughing now?
How much they paid for
We've
him,
had no strategy. Even teams like Burnley are showing us how it's done.
Look, I know you're saying we've got no strategy, right? There has been a strategy. This is it. They've been wasting time, mate.
Just said everyone.
Come on, mate. Look. Let's call a spade a spade. We can't sit there and think that they were actually trying to get Vlahovic. 20 days to burn time. I was saying it. They're burning time. They're trying to make one signing and make sure we've got no time for any other signing. And in actual fact, they were just burning time to make a really shitty signing right at the end for bare bones money and say, "Oh, there you go. We've got someone."
Aussie Goon, I think you'll join Connor Fitzgerald on this one.
What's he got?
We shall protest kick off full time. We all sit on the pitch and refuse to move to the change at this rotten club. Listen,
mate, I'm telling you, you come to Australia, you look me fucking up. I'm gonna buy you a bloody drink, and then I'll buy you another one and another one and another one if you guys do that shit. Because seriously, the owners are the ones that put Arteta in charge. The owners are the ones that are fucking making funds available, and the owners are the ones that we can't see. Seriously, where are they? too busy fucking playing bloody.
And why is it
Gridiron.
taking
Who gives a
why is it
shit?
taking Arteta to fly up to Colorado to speak to Stan himself? I mean,
Oh, because you know what happened?
mm.
They couldn't afford a phone. You see, the contract was too expensive, so they had to give fucking they had to send Aubameyang on loan to Barcelona so they could pay the fucking phone bill at the Emirates. So instead of fucking doing all this in time, they flew him over so they can have a fucking one-on-one. The fuck wankers, mate. Absolute joke. Next, they're gonna say, "Oh, we sent a fax." Fuck me dead, mate.
Fact,
The fax job. Here we go.
When I hear fax machine, I hear De Gea and Real Madrid again.
That's what I'm remembering.
Good afternoon, Georgina. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have to get you back on again at some point, that's for sure. Connor Fitzgerald. We sent Ainsley on loan to play it right back.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't want to play it for us,
yeah.
but he went over there to play it over there. Fucking great, isn't it?
I mean, Edu is so incompetent; it's truly shocking. It seems I'm just hoping that there's a madness tonight, and the boys in tonight's stream are going to have a great stream. But I just can't see it. I really can't see it.
You reckon
transfers are really easy when you have money and the player actually wants to come? Well, there is that, and I want to know who's talking to these players, because if I was Dusan Vlahovic, and I'm banging all these goals for Fiorentina and Arsenal, it's clear there is a project at Arsenal here. We're moaning now about the transfers and that, but there is a plan in place, and it's to do with the young players. And he could have been at the very centre of this project. He's showing what he can do at the age of 21. He could have been. I'm not saying he could reach the levels of it, but he could have been what Henry was when we were, dominating. So it seemed to me that if I spoke to Vlahovic, I think I would have sold it better. Who's talking to him? Anybody know?
I think, honestly, fuck all was talking to him. I think it was all rumors and bullshit. I think fuck all was done. I think it looked. We went in there pompous, and we went in there friggin' clutching at dollar coins and 20-cent coins. That's what we were doing. I think that the discussion between him and Edu would have gone down like an absolute joke, and that's why he probably thought, you know what, I can see that their plan is to be bare bones and discounts. I'll go to Juventus. I'll play Champions League football. I'll have a bit of glory. If it works out, it works out. Because Arsenal aren't showing any ambition. We didn't get Vlahovic, right? Now, if we can't get Vlahovic, and we were ambitious, shouldn't we have a centre midfielder by now? Has Vlahovic made the wrong decision? No, because we should have been, all right, fuck you after 10 days. You're not coming. Bugger ya. Now we're moving here. Quick. Done. Dusted. Newcastle United. Where are they? Where are we? Bang, bang, bang. Get it done, son. No fucking bout, mate. All done. Arsenal Football Club with fucking Edu and the Cronkies behind him. Chasing one guy for 20 fucking days and then scratching their heads about who's next. The fuck out of here, mate. Come on. Vlahovic made a good... He's smart. If he had to come here, he would have been fucked.
You mentioned Newcastle United there, and obviously we were linked with Bruno Guimaraes. And I don't know, Keith, I don't know if you saw his Twitter post last night.
Yeah.
And he took a little sly dig at the Arsenal, and it makes you think, doesn't it, that did we actually speak to him? Because it looks like we might have done.
Do you know what? That one really hurts me. I'm a big fan of this player, and the fact that I don't know what the wages are. That could be a factor, obviously, with Newcastle with all their money now. But the fact that he's gone to Newcastle and we didn't get him, and he is a quality player. All right, he's not played in the Premier League yet, so there's always more often than not, there's a big transition period when a player comes from France to play in the Premier League. But he's a quality player. What happened? And that's the one that pains me more than anything. With Vlahovic, I was fairly certain from about the 2nd of January, we were just played like a fiddle, and we were there basically to make Fiorentina, the player and his agent, some money and get Juventus to come in earlier than they were planning to. But this player, I really, really wanted him, and to see what he put on last night, and the fact that, he may well play for Newcastle pretty well. They may well get relegated. He may well want to move, and then he's going to be a £75 million player because of Premier League tax, and we could have got him for 30 million. So I don't get it. I'm going to go off another weird.
Listen,
I don't get why we've gone to Dubai now of all times, when the transfer window's closed and our manager is out in Dubai when he should be in his office trying to get through to players because obviously they're going to want to talk to him, not just Edu. Why is he out in Dubai? Well, I know why he's out in Dubai, but the timing of it stinks. Absolutely stinks. And these
Not the
players are
first
supposed
time
to-
we've seen it, though, is it, Keith?
No, it's not. It's, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's just the same old thing over and over again. And it does almost make you think that they didn't want to get anyone in. They,
That's right.
because,
Desired effect.
yeah, other players have gone in and got the business done. Like Ozzy Gooners just said, you don't spend 20 days on one player. If it's quite certain from early on that he has no interest in signing for you, move on. Go to your next target. There must be a list of targets. There's got to be. Please tell me we were just chucking.
He
all
got
our
up a long list. And
Sorry,
I think
Tony?
this is what we were doing. No, it's okay. I think it's my lag, to be honest with you.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there, 100%. And it just makes you wonder. Like, we should have a long list, but we just seem to go one by one by one. Talk to them all at the same time.
Exactly.
Whoever comes first comes first, as long as it's
Yeah.
the player that you want. And I've just seen something here which has really disturbed me as well, because we're talking about Spurs and how they're getting their deals done. They spoke to Yannick Carrasco.
Oh, there you go. Well, there you go.
They spoke to Carrasco. No, but why? Yeah, they signed him. But at the same time, they were talking to Carrasco. Are we doing anything like that? Probably not. It infuriates me, especially when you see your arch rivals actually making the right moves. Just going to say hello to Jake. How are you, sir? Afternoon. Boots. Yes, how we doing, sir? James come back in again. All I'm saying is gone again. All I'm saying is I don't think you rate him that highly, and his stats aren't representative of how good he is. He's been around 20 goal assists in all competitions for the past 2 seasons, and is on course. I know he's young. Look, I'm not gonna lay into him, but it's just the price. You know, we were offering more. Well, we'd have to offer more because his release clause is 75 million. Then what we did with the whole, it blows my mind. And that's what we're saying. Well, that's what I'm saying anyway. I'm pretty sure you two agree with that.
I think
I'm just bit-
sorry, yeah.
Go on.
No, I was going to say my thing with Isaac. You know, if I'm proved wrong, if we get him in and he comes in and he does the business, I'm more than happy to be proved wrong. My issue on it is it just
Absolutely.
highlights that Edu cannot negotiate. And I gave him. He did well in the summer, but you know, I love Ben White. He's one of my favourite players, and I really, really wanted us to get him. 50 million is an awful lot of money for a player who's had one subs appearance for England. It just shows the weakness in Edu's game for me. But it's what James said. Isaac, he has done well, and you've got to look beyond the stats a little bit. And like I said, he's got a history of playing with Odegaard, so that may well be a factor. And he may well come here and do the business. If he's all we get, then hopefully he will do. But like I said, it just shows that Edu probably is not the man for the job.
Spot on. I think James. Look,
Well,
James.
look,
Honestly, I
the
think
last few sweets we've had have been pretty decent. So you know.
Look, to be honest, I
Sorry,
think
Ozzy.
everybody here would like to see someone come in. If it's Isaac and he comes in and he starts banging goals, fuck, I'm jumping for joy. I'm pissed off. It's because how long did we take to sign this guy? Why are we fucking doing this last minute shit? It's because it's mismanagement, guys. And that's what pisses every Arsenal fan off. It's like Isaac comes in and he does a good job. Everyone's like, oh, thank God. But how is this professional? How is Edu working for Arsenal and taking this long to put a striker in, to get a striker in, one player? A whole month. And it's taken him this fucking long. And that's what demoralizes you. That's why everybody looks at Isaac now like it's a panic buy because it's last minute. If this had happened earlier, they'd say, oh, this was a second fiddle player. Maybe he's half decent. But because it's like he's a bit poisoned because it's the last 2 seconds of the transfer window, we got Isaac. You know what I mean? I think that's the reason why we're all a bit down on it. I just hope if we do get a player like that, if we do get Isaac and he comes in and bangs goals, fucking great. Great to have him at the club. But at the moment, I think Edu, the owners, Arteta, they're all a little bit to blame for all this shit. Probably the owners a bit more, but let's hope that we get someone in because fuck, we need something, whether it be a centre midfielder or a striker. And if Isaac comes in and scores 20 goals in the next 2 seasons to this year, I'll be jumping for joy.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the summer we signed Party. You know, there was always whispers of Party, just like there was always whispers of Isaac. But our main target was apparently, where this one it was all for Horridge. And then we're like, oh, we missed out on this player. We can't sign him. Let's just trigger this release clause. And we've got this player now. It reminds me of that. I'm not saying Party was a bad signing by any means.
No.
But this is what
I think
it kind of
he's
reminds
okay.
me of.
Yeah. I think he's a decent signing. I think it just needs to. It's been a bit harder for him to adapt to the Premier League. I think we haven't seen the best of him yet, but I think we will soon.
And James, if he does come, I'll remember this. I will definitely remember this. And look,
I hope you're right.
I like I said, I want to be proved wrong. Right? We all have opinions on players. That's football. It's a game of opinions.
Yeah.
And if he does, as you boys touched on, comes. Sorry.
He's naturally quick, Isaac. I mean, I'm a big fan of Lacazette, but the one thing that's lacking from his game is pace. Whereas Isaac does have that, so it will give us an extra element if we do get him.
Oh, for sure, and he does seem to have a bit of an engine on him, and he can shoot from distance as well. I mean, there was a game he played for, I think it might have been the Euros for Sweden, where he banged one up from just outside the box. So
nice.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I would say I'd be underwhelmed because we've all got our lists, and I said the other day when I was on with Chris King, I said my favourite would have been Jonathan David, but we'll be able to get him this window. It'd be the summer if we get him. There was a player that I've watched. We've only been in links with a little bit, but he plays in the Serie A for the Swallow in Scamacca. Scamacca is a very good striker for me. And then DCL would have been my third choice. So I had my 3 players that I was looking at. So that's why I'm a bit underwhelmed. But if Isaac was to come, and I'm not saying he's a bad player, but if he was to come, I'd be underwhelmed. But I'd want him to prove me wrong. And that's what being an Arsenal fan's all about.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, 100%. Is there? Have any of you guys heard of anything else? I mean, it's only really been the obvious ones that I've seen. Any whispers that you've heard possibly in the last 24 hours that I might have missed?
Only really the Alvaro Morata one, and I've literally got no interest in that whatsoever. I'd rather see my mum play up front, to be honest. Just not for me.
There was obviously talk of Dembele as well from Barcelona. A little swap loan thing with Aubameyang, but that looks like that's not going to happen anymore. I think there's talk about. I don't know what Barcelona are doing up front, but Icardi and Dembele. I don't know how that's going to work, but would you take Dembele?
And
starts off.
What if I get Dembele right? He's a winger. I need a striker. Where am I going to put him? I mean, I've got wingers. Look, I hate everyone's going to laugh at me. I'd say that means I'd have to take Martinelli off for him. Sorry, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And if I'm going to take anyone off, this is going to sound horrible. I'd take Lacazette off to put Martinelli in the middle of the park, but I'm still not putting Dembele in there. Hell no. I'm putting that number 10 that I can see in that box over there in there. I'm putting him on the bloody left because he shits on Dembele. This guy's got heart. So at the end of the day, when it comes to wingers, I don't think Dembele is any better than any one of the wingers that we got, from Saka to Smith Rowe to Martinelli. I don't think, I'm sorry, man. I reckon we can't have him. We're not going to do nothing with him. I'd rather him just keep going, mate. Cheers, but nah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
What do we do with him, mate?
Yeah, I think you'd agree, Keith.
Yep, 1,000,000% on that one. I don't see he brings anything extra to us. If they're going to swap anyone for Aubameyang, you need to be looking at a midfielder, because we're not going to get one of the strikers. Maybe a central midfielder that could come in and do a job for 6 months. But
I'd be interested in that.
But his injury record's absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi style. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Very bad. Yeah.
Now sometimes we've seen we've had windows in the past where we've been linked with a player, a loan move. This is, then it goes quiet, and then on the last day, boom. Do you think this could be the case of Arthur Melo? Do you reckon we could get him in at the end of this window? I mean, where we know we've got 10.5 hours to go. Can you see
Depends
by
on
the end of this
stories.
window? After
They're
it
having
being-
on 18 months, aren't they? Whereas we just wanted 6 months.
yeah, and I think that's the
Depends how
problem.
much they're paying Vlahovic if they want to get some money off their wage bill for a few months, and we can grind them down to 6 months. I'd probably take him at the moment, just because we need the numbers. But we're kind of
Yeah,
desperate.
we're very light. We're very light in midfield.
What if we go and talk to Brentford? I mean, apparently, Brentford's fucking shit. So maybe we can we'll grab Ivan Toney since he thinks Brentford's shit. He can come over to Arsenal.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? I mean, Brentford fans, why do you want a striker that thinks you're shit? We'll buy him. I'll take Ivan Toney, man. I'll take Ivan Toney. That guy's a decent player, man. He's under the radar, but he's fucking decent. I'll take that bloke.
I'll take him.
But
Yeah, he's good.
what was it? The last game we had, what was it? Against Burnley, 32 crosses. You wouldn't mind seeing him at the end of one of those crosses. I mean, look,
At least
to
one of
make,
them.
to make 32 crosses against Burnley when you've got Lacazette up front and the players around, who are you aiming to? Why are you crossing the ball in?
You know, if
to
that was
start with,
Lukaku,
are they
you'd be in
practicing?
heaven.
Yeah.
You would.
Lukaku would be in heaven. You'd be like,
You're just
this
hoping
is
they
what I
score
need
one
at
goal or
Chelsea.
something. That's probably what it was. Oh, it's crazy.
God help us. It's fucking
Okay,
joke.
let's say Jack Wilshere is announced. How we reacted?
Oh,
Like,
fuck.
I listen. We as Arsenal fans, we love Jack. We all love him. Yeah, he's a gooner through and through. And I'm just saying, if he was to sign, I want the Arsenal fans to go easy on him because it's not his fault. But I'm just trying to entertain the idea. Because it looks like it could happen. It looks like it could happen. We got to talk about these things because it's likely. How likely would you say it is? Okay, give it 1 to 10. How likely is it we're going to end up with Jack Wilshere?
I'd say an 8
Go on,
because he's free.
you're very-
Oh, he's beat me.
Either the number 12
Who's
shirt is a
got 9?
smoke screen and we're being really, really clever, or I'm fairly certain he will become a squad player, and I don't want him as a squad player. I don't want him as an Arsenal player anymore. The reason I say that is because I love Jack so much, and I don't want... He's got this legacy at the moment, the Jack that we'll remember. I don't want him to come back and that legacy be ruined. We've all seen him up on when we've won things and saying what he says about Spurs and with the Spurs shirts when they try to get him to wear them. He's a proper gooner, and he was a fantastic player. Let's not forget, it was not so long ago, Fabio Capello was prepared to build the England team around him. That was how highly he was rated, and he was a quality player, top quality player. I remember him absolutely bossing Barcelona when we played them in the Champions League. When he played in the Emirates Cup against Real Madrid. I can't remember the player's name, but Jack was like 16, 17, and he basically smashed him into the advertising hoardings, and that was how he announced himself. That's why I don't want him to come back, but I think he will.
Yeah, I we've all got that feeling. We squad player, yes, but like the thing is, all we got now is Premier League. So
yeah,
who does he play against?
Tarnish his legacy. It would tarnish his legacy.
I think so.
It would.
He can't.
I
back
our
maybe he
fan
was.
base and how reactionary our fan base is. I fear for him if he does sign. I really do, because some of these younger Arsenal fans that may not have seen him.
Yeah,
They're going to see him now and say, "Is this the guy that we're jumping around about?" Yeah.
And mate, and I keep refreshing Twitter. I'm waiting for we've made a £13 million bid for Theo Walcott, for goodness sake. Another one.
One
That
offside.
we haven't been linked with, but it looks like he's going to go off on loan. Would you take a Jesse Lingard?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Fuck him.
I don't like him, and
I hate him.
I think we'd get Man United Lingard, not West Ham Lingard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
They'd
think
sabotage. They'd send him
I don't
over
wanna
here
smell that
online.
bastard.
They'd send him over here just to sabotage us, right? And then it helps them get the top 4. Why would you want to do that? Nah. You keep Jesse Lingard. You can sign the Aussie Gooner. Come in, I'll put a shift in. I'll put a shift in for free.
So what? Obviously, we know how our window's gone. We know where we are right now. Like I said, we're about what time is it? 10 hours and 15 window shuts. Right now, as it is, because we're not linked with absolutely anybody in real significance. What would be a successful transfer deadline day for you now, Keith? Go on.
The way I feel at the moment, just to get a striker in. I think at the start of the window, I thought a midfielder was probably what we needed.
I think Keithy, I think you're frozen, buddy.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, I think Keithy's frozen.
Okay, he's frozen. Go on, if you do want to pick that up on Aussie, and then we'll go back to Keith on if he gets back on.
I think Keithy was thinking. If we can get ourselves a striker, it'll at least fill that gap. I tend to agree with Keithy. We'd want to get a striker in, fill the gap, at least so we can, when we move forward, we're not just moving off the wings, spot on. But I think if we're going to be signing anyone this transfer window, he needs to be significant. That means it can't be a bloke that's going to be a replacement for Eddie Nketiah. I'm pretty sure, Keith, you were thinking if we're going to sign a striker, we're going to sign a striker who can come into the starting lineup and make a difference, not sign a striker who's going to be sitting on the bench and collecting, cobwebs and dust with Eddie, because then it's pointless. It's dead money. And then it's another player we have to flick, just like Xhaka, just like Chambers. We don't want to get a player in that we got to fuck off after 6, 7 months or 10 months. If we're going to get a player in, make him be part of the mix. Tick that box. He's our number 9. Spend the money. I guess that's what you were thinking. I'm thinking the same with you, buddy.
What I was going to say, more or less, yeah.
Yeah, I think we all agree. I think it's if Aubameyang is definitely on his way to. No, go on, please, Keith. You carry on because you got cut off. Then go on.
Yeah, you got cut off.
Yeah, and it was pretty much that entirely. To be honest, to start with, I was thinking central midfielder, but now we're in a position where I'd like to see us maybe play Martinelli up front. Given the option, I'd much rather see him up front than Eddie Nketiah. He's not good enough, and at the moment we've got Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah. Those are our strikers. That's all we've got.
Yeah.
Because
obviously we haven't got Balogun as well because he's gone to Middlesbrough as well. So
yeah.
I think a strike. We say we're thin in midfield, but we've got players there, and we probably, like we said, we're 9, 8, 10. That Wilshire's coming. So there's our squad player for midfield. So I think a striker is absolutely necessary right now. So maybe there was 75 million for one Isaac. It's a lot of money, but not a bad idea at this stage, I guess.
And I have to do it. Gonna have to do it. They
Most
walked into this
important
war.
money.
It's not my money. I don't really
Sorry,
care how much
Keith.
I spend, to be honest.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck it, eh? We're Arsenal fans. We just want the best for the football club. Who cares how much they have to spend to make us happy, right? Because we spend plenty of our money for them and their jerseys and that. I've had enough of thinking about the cash, eh? Arsenal fans, look what we've become. Every time we look at a player, we think, how much is he going to cost us a week? And how much is he going to cost us to sign? There isn't any add-ons. I remember when we signed Dennis Bergkamp, I just had the shits that he didn't score when he first came on for the first 3 fucking games. I thought we fucking signed a dud. I didn't give a shit how much we paid. Who cares?
There was a bargain for 7 million.
Yeah, I know, but you got to admit, when his first 3 games, you're just sitting there going, what the fuck did we sign here? And then, well, it all worked out. But
I remember watching an interview with Ian Wright and Lee Dixon, and they were talking about Bergkamp's arrival. And I think it was
At
a
the
game
service
against
station?
Bolton.
Oh.
It was no. They had the interview to change it. I think it was after the last game of the season, and he said to Wrighty and Dicko, he said that you'll know when I've arrived, when I've got us back into Europe or whatever it was. And then I think it was the last game against, I think it was Bolton, I can't remember. The Bergkamp just had a quality game, scored a couple of goals, and that's when he turned around and said to Wrighty, and then the Dicko went, "Here I am." So
this is what I'm about.
They don't make players like that anymore. They really don't make players like that anymore. It's you're getting me all nostalgic now, boys. What you're doing to me, I'm just getting so nostalgic. I'm going to start crying. I'm not going to lie.
I think as Arsenal fans,
your shirts in the background, both of you, does enough already, but talking about it even more.
You look at me surrounded by players, like real players, new school jerseys,
uh,
and I won't fuck them with new players. No, I'll put real players on there.
Mm.
I've got to get my Keown one.
It's
You like
like
that one?
Keith
It's good.
Davis with his Rocky jersey in the background as well. What a
I
love
can
it.
see it there. Yeah, I can see it.
I've just seen something. Well, there's Thierry. There he is. Love it. Love it, love it, and I just got a burning crest behind me because that's what's gonna happen if we don't sign anybody.
That's what I'm thinking.
Imagine the meltdown. Imagine you sign nobody. I mean, Twitter's going to explode. YouTube is hospital admissions are going to go up. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
They're going to be reported as COVID, but it won't be.
I've just
COVID. No. The reason why I can't breathe is because my club didn't sign a player. Oh, okay. Get the fuck out.
It's going to be like gooneritis or something like that.
Yeah.
I will talk about this because this is a transfer, and we've been linked with him. Renato Sanchez open for deadline day transfer as AC Milan move collapses. Now, I didn't say to which club, but we have been linked with him. Is that a player you'd be interested in taking in? Keith?
I don't know if we need him. He's another wide player, isn't he? He's good. I like him.
I
And
think he can play anywhere in the midfield.
Plays in the middle of the park most of the time. It's a little bit wide.
Again, yeah, I'd be interested, but striker's more important, I think, unless he can play up front as well.
I think at this stage, yeah. Let's say we got the striker done by, in an ideal world, 6-7 o'clock. And Renato Sanchez still hasn't got a club.
Yes.
And we could bring him in, even if it's on loan.
Yes.
Oh, on loan?
I think
Not obligation to buy?
Yeah, or obligation or option. I think there's a good player in there. A lot of people gauge his time at Swansea City, but then he was a lot younger then, and he was at Swansea City. So I think he could do a job for us. I wouldn't be too upset. It's just how are we here? We're January 31st. We knew we needed these players, and we just got nothing. We're selling. At top of my head, about 10 players have gone in this window. It feels like 10 players. I might be wrong.
Probably far off, Tony, to be honest.
It's frustrating, and I'm seeing tweets of this is where I am. I'm seeing tweets of people going, "I've just signed somebody already. It doesn't matter who." But if we don't sign any players that we don't want, then it's fine, right?
That,
Yeah, I know, but you can't just sign anybody because we haven't signed anybody. The way I see it.
The whole reason we're in this mess.
No, please.
No, seriously, the whole reason why we're in this fucking mess, right, is because we just signed anyone. Let's just sign someone for the sake of signing someone and just sell fucking shirts. That's why we're in this mess. Arsene Wenger put us in this fucking mess from the get-go. He was signing fucking cheap shit fucking players and band-aiding this fucking club. We got fucking Unai Emery in with a poison chalice. Shit players left, right, and center. The guy was fucked and we didn't listen to him. We went and got Pepe because he was marketable. Not because he was great, because he was marketable, and didn't get Zaha. We've already made mistakes like this. Trust me, guys, as a gooner, right? As a gooner, if we're not signing someone that's decent, don't sign anyone. There's no fucking point. Because all it's going to do is make you feel even worse. Another player we signed who's a shit fucker. We don't want that. If we're going to get a player in, he's got to be decent quality. We don't go out there to just sign him from the pub. We need to go out there and seriously get players in that are going to make a difference on the pitch. If they're not going to make a difference on the pitch, then they can sit in the stands, buy a fucking ticket and watch these players play. That's about all they're good for. That's at the end of the day. Going out there and just buying anyone and everything ain't going to do shit for you, mate. This ain't a toy store. This is football. I mean, if it's like that, us boys will go play for the fucking club for free. Fuck it. Let's go do it. You know, we might be shit, but at least we won't cost them nothing. At least we'll play fucking wholeheartedly. It's not about fucking just getting a name. Look at Paul Pogba at Man United. They went for fucking any player. They went for a fucking name who was marketable. Great hair, nice shoes. Hasn't he been wonderful? He's been absolutely atrocious. Seriously. We're going to sign someone. We got to sign someone worth signing. That's it. End of the day. We're going to spend money. Fuck it. Let's spend 200 million. I don't give a fuck. But at least the player's going to get on the fucking pitch and put a shift in. I had enough of fucking players just fucking walking around and being stuck on the fucking field watching Granit Xhaka, who should be nowhere near the pitch for Arsenal. But we got no one better. Seriously, guys.
Maybe the Super Bowl's come at the wrong time. Maybe if the Super Bowl was a month ago, we might be all right. You know, LA Rams at the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Think of all the money that's coming. That's filling those Kroenke's pockets up right now.
Exactly. It's coming out of this club. Mate,
it's coming out of this club, but they're going to have loads more money by the end of next week. By the end of next week, they should be able just to go, yeah, look, it's only 500 million, but do what you want with it. And unfortunately, we don't have owners like that. It's probably going to buy another ranch somewhere.
Mate, that's the business model for Arsenal's different.
Well, that's just it. But what infuriates me more, because obviously I'm well in tune with what's going on in America with the sports and that. And the Denver Nuggets, they're in the playoff position. The Colorado Avalanche are top of their league and conference in the NHL. The Colorado Rapids in the MLS, they didn't find the playoffs, but they did finish top of the league in the regular season. So they had a good season. And then there's Arsenal.
Yeah, but we're not American.
It infuriates.
But we're not American,
Maybe
mate.
we should start changing our accents or something. Well, if we start waving the American flag around the ground, what do you reckon?
Seriously?
But that's what what infuriates. It just infuriates me because I see that. I see that they're doing this and that and this and that for this team. I've watched the NFL season this season, and they've improved their team as the season's gone. They are spending loads, and I can tell they were buying to win the Super Bowl this season, and they got a very good chance this year of actually winning it. And it just infuriates me. And we are in a good position right now to even finish in the top 4. But they're like, it's just Arsenal, and it winds me up. It winds me up.
These NFL teams, are they in a self-sustaining model? Doesn't seem like it. A self-sustaining model, because that's what Arsenal are in, a self-sustaining model. You can spend what you make. Well, we're ground down to fucking shit, mate. You know what I mean? We've gone down. The only reason they spent 156 is because if they didn't spend the 156, you know where we would be now? We'd be fucking 14th. That's the reason why they did it. To keep us relative.
We'd probably still be in the relegation zone.
It might have been good.
Let's have that right.
Arsenal get relegated. It might be good. Kroenke might think, now I've destroyed it, I might as well just sell it. Because that's the only way we're going to see any sort of glory. We need, and Kenny Ken said this on my channel, he goes, we need a megalomaniac owner. An owner that just comes in and just wants to win, doesn't care. And it's not about anything. It's about toting it. I want another one. Who cares? An Abramovich and that kind of style owner. That's what we need.
Keith, I mean, obviously we all saw the Kroenke interview several months ago. And he said the right things. He spoke a good game. Do you believe what he says, and how much control do you think he actually has?
I don't think he's got any control whatsoever. I think you're right with what you said, Tony. He said the right things. He made the right sound bites. He said the things that he thought we all wanted to hear. My instinct when I was watching it was that he was just trying to do enough to keep us on side. I agree. They don't care. We're the poor relatives. They'll throw money left, right, and centre at all their US franchises. But as Ozzy said, we've got to be the self-sustaining model. I don't necessarily want us to see us be owned by somebody who will come in and throw money at players at the detriment of our youth players coming through. But at the moment, we've got an owner that doesn't care enough anyway. So maybe why not have an owner who is happy to throw money at the club so we can not even just start winning things, but just start competing again. Because, if we didn't have that investment in the summer, we would be in the bottom half of the table, without doubt. If we still had Leno in goal, if we still had Pablo Mari playing right back, I'm not going to mention Rob Holding, Tony, because I know you like him. But somebody, if he was our first choice centre back,
he's the better of those. He's the better of those ones, but
in that situation. But I want somebody who's got a lot of money who actually cares about the club, and if that Euro lottery comes in, then that person will be me. But I'd have to win about however many billions to be that
Few.
person.
Yeah, there'll be a few wins there, mate. Maybe if Aussie can win the Aussie lottery, and then we can have a go at all the other ones around.
I'm-
And
I'm
between
gonna
us,
pass around the hat at the
we can
pub.
Yeah,
Pass
No,
the
but
hat
I
around the
absolutely
pub.
agree. I absolutely agree with what you say there. I really do. It's listen. This is where I am. We're not, and I'm sure you agree with me. We're not demanding that we win stuff. All we want is, like you said, compete again, and hear that Champions League music every midweek. That's all we want.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
know
want
what?
to hear the.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, not good enough. I want to win stuff. Fuck the
No,
Cronkies.
obviously, no.
you
obviously
took
we
you took
do
my
want
club
to
out of
have that.
Highbury. You took
want
my
that
you took my club
consistency.
out of Highbury
That's what we
so we
want.
could compete with Bayern fucking Munich, and now I've got to drop my fucking standards to suit their fucking needs. No, fuck the Cronkies. I want to win something. I was at Highbury winning fucking plenty.
The problem with
Okay,
it was a
that was
different team
home.
at the time, wasn't
If
it?
I put this camera up, there's a fucking sign that says Highbury, not fucking Emirates. And I was fucking winning plenty. You guys wanted to fucking make more money, get more asses on seats, and as soon as you fucking did that, we went to fucking shit. I want to win something. Fuck these guys. No, I want my standards to be right fucking up here. I don't want to make it easy. I want to be a bastard. Why should I make it easy on the Cronkies or the owner or the manager or any of the players? No, I should hold my standards right fucking up here, just like every Arsenal fan, and fucking get down on them. Because end of the day, each one of these jerseys ain't got cheaper. I'm pretty sure every single fucking jersey that you guys have bought for some reason every season just climbs up a couple of pounds more. So I pay that fucking money for what? So I can drop my standards? Nah, fuck that. I'm pretty sure the fucking the tickets at the Emirates aren't getting cheaper. Are they, Mr. Fox? Are they getting cheaper because our standards are dropped? I don't think so. I think they're still up there, aren't they? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Cheapest ticket for
I mean,
Chelsea.
I got to travel from Dorset, so like when I go watch an Arsenal game, it costs like 250 quid for the day. You've moved away from London yourself, haven't you, Keith? So you're looking at a similar price.
I am, yeah. I'm actually going to my first game of the season against Brentford, and that was 40 quid because obviously the tickets are tiered. But Chelsea at the start of the season, £93 for the cheapest ticket. Same as you, Tony. I'm looking at it's 200 quid day out easy, which is why I don't go that often because there's little
So it's
ladies running around
£200.
the house without a problem with that.
You know what that is Australian? That's about $380 Australian. Right there. That's $380 Australian to go and see one fucking game, right?
Yep.
And so we're supposed to drop we're supposed to help out the Cronkies and just drop our expectations and just challenge. No, I did that with fucking Wenger. Remember? Top 4 was a trophy. I've done that already. I've already played that game. I don't want to play that game anymore. I want to go back to the fucking George Graham days. Let's go back to George Graham days.
I can
go back
show you
there.
the last time I helped the Cronkies. This was the last time I helped the Cronkies. That's the last time.
Mate, I bought these jerseys because the first game I ever saw Arsenal play was in Adidas, and it was the last time I saw him in Adidas. And I never bought, and I'm telling you, for 4 seasons I bought nothing. But I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna buy jerseys this season. You want to know what's funny? These jerseys don't fit me properly. They don't. I have to get them altered. I'm just odd sized. So fucking that jersey and that jersey are brand new jerseys, don't fit me. But I paid for them and I bought them not from Australia. No. You know where I buy my jerseys from? Straight where you get them from. Bought them from the fucking Armory. Why? To help out the club. I could have got them from down the road, mate. So
What'd you get in return?
This club. What I get in return? I got a transfer window of sweet fuck all.
You got us moaning now. That's what you got us.
No, we're moaning. You know what? There's 3 people here moaning, right? But I guarantee you, there's probably 3 million people out there fucking moaning about the same fucking shit we're moaning about. Having arguments amongst each other. And there's no point arguing amongst each other because there's one fucking problem in this club and everyone has to fucking see it. The owners in this club are a joke. They've just fucking smoke screened everybody. They bring out their used car salesman, okay, Josh, to talk some shit and tell me that everything's going to be fine. No, mate. The car's blowing fucking smoke. I can see it clearly. You can talk shit all you fucking want. I'm not blind. Plain and fucking simple. And so we sit here and it's like, oh, it's Arteta's fault. Wait a minute. Who employed him? Did he just come along and just take the reins and said to fucking Cronkies, I'm fucking doing this, fuck you? No. They gave him the fucking job. Not his fault. Not his fault at all. He's coming in here, taking advantage of the situation and maybe make himself a decent coach. Now, if you're a fucking owner with aspirations to fucking win something, you go and get the right fucking coach to fucking run this fucking club. You get the right directors. You get the right fucking players. If you fucking give a shit about this club, but if you don't give a flying fuck, you give an opportunity to a young player, a young coach who's got no experience whatsoever. But us as fans, yeah, I get the shits at his fucking tactics, but I can't blame him solely because the employer. End of the day, if I employ an idiot to do a job, I employed him. If he fucks up, it's on me.
Yeah. Do you know
Am I
what?
wrong?
This
Am I
is
looking
what
for
I
wrong?
love about
Call
you,
it.
Ozzy. Now, listen, people, whoever's watching, and you just heard Ozzy going a full rant there. You know, it's therapy. This is therapy. This is what it's all about. And speaking of therapy, starting this Thursday with Ozzy Gooner as well, we have the midweek lunchtime therapy, 12 o'clock UK time every Thursday. Make sure to, yes, you do see the parental advisory explicit content logo on the side because, you know, that's what we're going to get. No holds barred, kick back, no. We're just going to talk about how we feel about the club. Keith, we've got to have you on here at one point for sure.
Definitely.
Because
More than happy
we
to,
all need
mate.
a bit of therapy.
Cheaper than a psychologist.
So if that's your kind of thing, Thursdays, I'll be on there. Ozzy will be on there. We'll have Keith on there one day when he's free. And anybody else. If you're what you want to get involved, contact you. We'll get you on. We'll get you on. You know, we're in it together. We're all gooners. We need to help each other out. We need to cheer each other up. And you get where I'm going with it anyway. But
It's all
do you know
love,
what?
love.
I think we're going to moan. It's all love for the club, right? We, you know,
Coming to the
we
right
moan
place.
and groan, but it's all out of love because we just love this club. And Keith, you've seen more than us, mate, haven't you?
I've seen a few years, yeah. 42 years
Yeah,
now.
I won't gonna give any years or nothing. I won't gonna
That's
give anything
fine,
away
mate.
because you've done a good day.
In terms of my age,
But
yeah.
before we do go, why don't you tell the people where they can find you, sir?
You lovely people out there, you can find me on Twitter at the Mad Rambling One. I do spend a ridiculous amount of time living on Twitter, so you'll normally find me there. And I've got a show on YouTube called Mostly Arsenal where I talk mostly about Arsenal. I sometimes talk about random shit that's happened that day as well, like teenagers walking into lampposts and stuff like that. So if that is the sort of thing you would like to have a look at, come and have a look. But also do not forget to follow these chaps as well and this wonderful channel. And thank you very much for having me on, Tone.
No, pleasure's been all ours, Keith. Please do check his stuff out because his videos are brilliant. You know, wears his heart on his sleeve, most honest person. It just speaks how he says how it is. And you know, if you love that sort of thing, please do subscribe to his channel. The link is in the description, so make sure you do head over there. Ozzy, obviously we find you here every now and again, but where can we, you know, well, tell the people about your channel.
Oh, well, look, my channel, it's mainly previews, reviews. I get into a bit of depth. I lose my shit sometimes, but that's just me. I call a spade a spade. Unfortunately, I can't hold back, and that's just not me. So either you're going to see me jumping for joy, you're going to see me losing my shit. My Burnley fucking review, guys, watch that. It was fucking funny. I actually watched it a few times and just thought, what the fuck? So you'll see me on YouTube. You check out my channel if you like. Much like Keithy, I think me and you call a spade, and I think that's the only way to do it. And you'll see me on Instagram sometimes, having a bit of a laugh. I mean, because if I don't have a laugh about things, fuck, mate, what else can I bloody do? But that's me. That's me in a nutshell. And you'll see me on the Armory TV, hopefully running amok, because that's what I do best.
We love it. I love it. It's been great to have you two on again. Well, no, obviously it's a debut for you, Keith, and we want to see a lot more of you. That's for sure. Thanks for coming on. You can find me probably tomorrow about 9 o'clock a.m. in a park bench somewhere in Dorset, rocking because we ain't signed anybody. But yeah, other than that, then you'll find me here. Like I said, we'll be on Thursday for our therapy because I'm sure we're going to bloody need it. Don't forget to tune in tonight from 8 o'clock. The whole gang will be on. They'll be on at different times. We're starting with the Niger Englishman. He's kicking fit proceedings off this evening at 8 o'clock, followed by Gumser at 9, and then Canners will wrap things up and have a lot of panelists, guests, etc. It'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, it will be a lot of fun because we would have signed someone, but that remains to be seen. But in the meantime, again, absolute pleasure. Thanks for watching. like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And we shall see you very, very soon. Goodbye.